What in the musical chairs is going on with this elimination? Love Island people. During Black Women's People Be Gay Black Women's Month, I'm so confused. Hello? I can't.
VBS, I just turn the water on. Big old flex, shit you never saw before. These niggas chasing me like waterfalls. Keeping on my lip, truck look like bricks.
What's up, guys? It's your sister, Jessie Woo. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, make sure that you subscribe, so you can join the Black Women's Tribe during Black Women's People Be Gay Black Women's Month. Yes, it is still Rainbow Month, okay? Shout out to all my gays and my girls and my gays. It is also still Black People Music Black Women's Month, okay? Have you listened to Money? Stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. Go to Spotify right now. Pull up Jessie Woo. You'll see my new single, Money. Just hit play. Just hit play. If you're the Apple people, stop what you're doing. Go to your Apple phone right now. Pull up Jessie Woo. See my single, Money. Hit play.
I need that money every day. About my money, no free play. Oh, ego, dollar bills all on my head, oh.
That was a little snippet of my song, Money. I hope that you enjoy it. Drop it in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on it. The video drops July 3rd, my birthday week. All right, y'all. So let's jump right on in. Not out, but in. We're back in the villa, and as well as Casa Amore, we're seeing conversations happening between the guys and the girls at Casa and the guys and the girls over in the villa, right? So at Casa, we're seeing several conversations happening. Sierra and Elin are having a good conversation, and it's so good that it's making her doubt where she stands with Nick. Iris and Zach are having a conversation, and it was nice. I just thought it was weird that it took Zach a moment to think about himself. Like, she told him, so tell me about yourself. And he just was like, myself? Tell you about myself? Are you okay? Then we get this conversation between JD and Huda. And before I even get into Huda, Shoulda, Woulda's conversation with JD, it has been brought to my attention that JD is lying about being Puerto Rican. So he's actually Haitian, but he lives in Puerto Rico. And you know what's crazy? I'm trying my best with my commentary to not drag folks. But when he first had his package and he was talking about being from Puerto Rico, right? And he said these words in Spanish.
Puerto Rico en la casa, puñeta. I got a little island spice.
I thought it was weird because I was like, listen, I'm not Puerto Rican. I'm not Latino. But when I speak Spanish, I can speak Spanish and sound very Latina. I can give Latino, okay? De colores se vistan los campos en la primavera. I can give you Hispanic now. I can give you Hispanic. I can give you Latino realness. I can give you anything for Salinas, okay? So I thought it was weird that his accent just wasn't giving. So apparently the people of Puerto Rico have been dragging his ass, and rightfully so, because you're not Puerto Rican. And then as a Haitian, I find this extremely offensive, especially during these periodically times.
I will vote for Donald Trump.
Especially during these Donald Duck ass times when we had Donald Duck literally put a hit out on Haitians. Are you dumb? Like, are you dumb? Are you okay? Seriously. Like, it just screams shame. Like, bring back shame, bro. Like, I'm definitely not rooting for you. You're not finna make it. Like, how dare you deny your heritage, and for what? Like, and for what? Like, what is it getting you? What's not lit about being Haitian? M'pa comprendre. Si c'est haïtien yé, dis c'est haïtien yé. Ou vin nan villa, ou est Shelly, Manouchka, Timari, Jean-Pierre François, li di c'est haïtien lié. M'pa comprendre problème, m'pa wè problème nan. M'pa comprendre. I don't understand. Like, you're very whack for that shit. You and your shoulder stretch marks are very fucking whack for that shit. But anyway, Mr. Anti-Haitian and Hood'a, Shoulda, Coulda, Woulda are having a conversation. The conversation was stupid to me. Hood'a at every turn shows you she learned absolutely nothing. Their commonalities that they bond on is them both being crazy and them both having a I don't give a fuck attitude. That was literally the gist of their conversation, with Hood'a having googly eyes for a man that's like, it's okay to just not give a fuck. It's okay to have a I don't give a fuck attitude. You know, it's just weird to me. It's just weird. Like, after everything that has happened, this woman still just has not an ounce of accountability in her. So it's the next morning, and you know, the guys back in the villa, they're cooking up breakfast. They're up early. You know, Chef Ace and his sous chefs, they're in the kitchen. They're doing what they got to do to feed the girlies. In Casa Amore, I felt like at first I wasn't seeing the guys, get ready. Like, I wasn't seeing the guys cooking breakfast, but then eventually we saw the guys cooking breakfast for the ladies. And it was funny seeing the girls back in the villa talk about just how chivalrous the guys are, and, just enjoying the fruit of really the labor of the previous women, because those women really set the standard. You could say Ace did too, but honestly, like, those women were expecting that each and every day. And so now the Casa Amore girls get to enjoy the fruit of the previous women's labor. Anyway, we see the Casa guys talk, and Mr. Thailand was telling the guys how, he really, really likes Olandria, but Olandria told him how it took her over a week to kiss Taylor. And in his mind, he's like, I don't want to wait a week. And I feel like there's a lot of context missing there, because we've been watching the show. Those of us with sense could see that Taylor wasn't really it. Taylor wasn't really making any moves on Olandria. Yes, it took Olandria over a week to kiss, but Olandria was kissing everybody. Everybody was kissing up on Olandria. Now, yes, she's not a big fan of physicality first, but let's just keep it a buck. Taylor was not putting any pressure on her as far as getting to know her in a romantic way, right? So I feel like Mr. Thailand was like counting himself out in a way, because of a previous experience that this girl had that he doesn't have the proper context for. But anyway, Mr. Thailand's like, listen, I'm not on that type of time, baby. I'm not on that type of time. So I don't know, if I got a week to wait to see if we have compatibility romantically. And I understand his point. Amaya pulls JD for a chat. And again, I just feel bad for her. Like, she was explaining to him how touchy and feely she is when she is with a man. She likes to use, words like babe, and, how this experience has kind of made her out to feel bad for that. And I like that he reassured her, like, yo, you know what? Like, talking to you, I feel like you have genuine energy. I don't think there's anything wrong with, who you are and how you approach romantic situations. And, we saw her cry. I just feel bad for her. Side note, did y'all see how before she went into the villa, she put her shoes in her foot? She was like, listen, I'm putting my best foot forward. I'm putting my gold foot forward, okay? And she pulled up her shoe and showed her gold sandals. I thought that was so cute. I feel so bad for Amaya. I do. I feel so bad for her, because it's like, dang, she's really misunderstood. And it's just sucks to see how other people get coddled. People like Hood'a have been coddled in this experience, and she hasn't. And I don't know. Ace really did a number on this girl. Ace, Austin, they just really did a number on this girl. TJ pulls Vanna again, and it's clear TJ is trying to stay in the house. TJ is trying to stay in the house. They have a conversation, and he talked about how, his dad is in his late 70s. His dad had him later in life, and he just has this urgency to settle down, be successful, have a family, yada, yada, yada. I like what TJ's talking about. I've heard this conversation before. He had it with Iris. I just feel like TJ is doing what he has to do with Hannah so he can get back to Iris. Ace and Coco have a chat. I thought it was a really nice chat. He let her know off the top how gorgeous she was. They talked about fun things that they both do back in LA. Is Ace from LA? I think he is, but I'm forgetting if that's the truth, if that's really where he's from. But anyway, they talked about fun things that you can do in LA. They talked about different commonalities that they have. They both are into painting. She asked him about, you know, how he is when it comes time to being exclusive. You know, is he the type of person who dates multiple people at the same time? And he said, no, I'm very serious about exclusivity. And when it's time for me to be exclusive with a person, I make that well known. Anyway, I thought the chat was cool. I just find it funny how he's moving in on Coco, knowing that Coco is coupled up with Taylor. I mean, it's Casa Amore. You got to do what you got to do. But, I just found that very interesting. Anyway, Coco made it clear, I'm looking to get married. I'm looking to settle down. You know, I'm looking to start a family. So we'll see if Ace is the guy she'll start a family with, I guess. Olandria and Mr. Thailand have a chat. And is it me or they just look like a gorgeous couple? Like, their faces together, they looked like a gorgeous couple to me. But anyway, they talk about the fact that, you know, he's in Manchester, she's in Texas. You know, he asked her if she would be willing to move to another country or move, you know, for love. And she was like, you know, I'm open to it, but I love Texas. I'm a Texas girl down. Like, I love the country. I'm a country girl down. He did express to her that he would have loved to kiss her the other day. And she said, well, I mean, maybe that can happen. You know, I don't really kiss that much outside of challenges, but we never know. We are in Casa Amore. We never know what will happen. So maybe a challenge will happen and we'll kiss. And Olandria, I get it, but I have to give Olandria the same speech I gave to TJ, the same speech I gave to Bella, right? And Olandria is my girl. But Love Island is for tonsils and tongue. Love Island is for tongue and tonsils. This is tongue and tonsils island, okay? So when you sign up for Love Island, where most of the challenges are kissing, and so with that argument, I can understand why Olandria's like, well, you know, maybe a challenge will come up. I get it, but at the same time, it's just, this is demon time. Like Love Island, you're moving on demon time, right? So if you want to stay around, you do have to be willing to have a little tongue and tonsils action. You have to be willing to do some tongue wrestling. And I don't know, I feel like Olandria was more open to doing that in the beginning of the experience. She really slowed down on this after the whole Jalen coupling up. You know, I feel like she's so loyal to Taylor, and I'm just confused because Taylor has not given my sister anything. He's given you breadcrumbs at best when Jalen was around. But if Ace is not telling him what to do, if Ace is not telling him to go do something for Olandria, we have not seen Taylor do anything for this girl. And so throughout this episode, we hear her say how much she misses her man, she misses her boo. What exactly do you miss? I'm confused, sister. I don't understand. Maybe things got left out of the edit. But even in this situation in Casa Amore, I'm seeing Taylor be more flirty, be more chatty in a romantic way than I've ever seen him be with Olandria. So am I missing something here? Maybe y'all can help me out. Maybe I'm missing something. And baby, this is Casa Amore, mind you, and you just coupled up with Mr. Thailand because he had to choose you because the girl that he chose, which was Shelly, did not choose him, okay? Ariana last night told us, if you single, you're vulnerable. So sister, I'm just like, okay, so Olandria, did you not hear Ariana's speech? You going home to the place where you belong. If you don't pull out that tongue and them tonsils, baby, you going home. What's not clicking? Taylor and Clark are having a conversation back in the villa, and he is googly eyes, so much so that Ace and Nick take notice of this, and they even say, we have never seen him like this with Olandria. So that goes back to my point, which is it can't be editing, okay? It's one thing when folks get a bad edit, right? There's a bad edit, but then there is just looking at what everybody else is saying in the house. So if everyone else is saying, wow, Taylor is so googly eyes with Coco in a way we've never seen him with Olandria, then I'm correct in my feelings, right? We're correct in our feelings, correct? That we're seeing him be a certain way with other women that he's never been with Olandria, which drives home the point that I have made for the last couple videos. Taylor does not like Olandria, at least not romantically. I think that she was just a safe choice. He definitely did not like any of the other OG girls, so he just stuck to Olandria. Period. So Taylor and his conversation with Coco is going well. You know, she's talking about how she wanted to be a puppy groomer at one time or whatever. And just making just slick remarks to each other. Ha ha, kiki, a lot of googly eyes. And I thought it was weird that when she got bit by mosquito, she was like, yeah, mosquitoes love me because I be smelling good. And he was like,
are you sure that it's not because you stink?
hello? Ewo. Something tells me Taylor has not had much conversations with women outside of the villa in a romantic way. Something just tells me that. I think there's something awkward. Like it gives, he has not had much experience with dating women. And that's not me saying anything about his sexuality. I just want to make it clear. I just don't think Taylor has much experience speaking with women. Austin and Jaden had a conversation about the superpowers that they'd like to have. They both talked about wanting the power to teleport. Sierra, Olandria, and the Hood have a conversation, and Sierra says that she's worried for Amaya. And while she says that, I'm over here like, sister, you worried for Amaya. I'm worried for Olandria. Amaya already sucked faces with Mr. Thailand. She already knows what his tonsils taste like. Olandria over here is saying how, Mr. Thailand asked her for a kiss, but she doesn't know if she wants to do that yet. And it's like, sister, y'all are in Casa Amore. Do you know you have 30 minutes?
Do you know you have 30 minutes? Are you kidding me? 30, yes.
Girl, time is not on your side.
Time is slipping away from me. Yeah.
The villa and Casa Amore get a text. They get a text that a recoupling is coming tonight, and whoever is single will be vulnerable. So then in the midst of this, Love Island puts this love message about, hey, this is Love Island. I'm paraphrasing. This is Love Island. We love y'all. We love our viewers. We love the Islanders. We don't love bullying. Something like that, right? And I'm just like, listen, I think the message is great, right? Because a lot of discord is happening online, right? But Love Island, as much as I love this show, y'all have got to take responsibility for the fact that bullying this season was introduced by y'all and woulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Hello? We don't love bullying, but we're going to televise it. We don't love bullying, but we're going to keep the biggest bully this season in the villa. And we're going to send her victim home. Hello? Allô? Is the microphone... Allô? Is the microphone on? Hello? Yeah. And side note, the hood rats, Huda's following, will want you to believe that she just got a bad edit. But let's all keep in mind, especially this is coming from someone who did reality television. And I did not come across well, right? There's a bad edit, which is what happened to me, because there are a lot of things that were not shown. There's a bad edit, and then there is supporting scenes where you hear other people saying what the viewers are saying about you, okay? Not just one person that you're in conflict with. No. The entire villa, we have seen, we have heard, we have watched the entire villa at numerous times talk about how problematic Huda's behavior in the villa has been. There is an interview that Hannah just did that came out yesterday, where she said it's actually worse. Huda was actually worse, and that it was the Huda and Jeremiah show in that villa that she hijacked everybody's experience on the show. Okay? And so, yes, Love Island, I think the message is a good message to give about bullying, but your biggest bully, the biggest bully in the entire equation is still in the villa. Hello? Y'all are going to have to take some of that accountability. Thank you so very much. Okay? Y'all literally televised Huda hijacking this show for episodes, like for 2 to 3 weeks, for a month. For the last month, y'all have televised Huda being verbally abusive to Jeremiah. Yeah, that was very triggering for folks. So y'all gonna have to take some of that accountability. Thank you so much. Nice message though, it was cute. But yeah, Amaya is moving on demon time. My sister said, do you know I only got 30 minutes?
Do you know you have 30 minutes? Are you kidding me? 30, yes.
Amaya pulls Mr. Thailand for a chat, and let's just get straight to the business. She takes him to a secret room, and they make out. Okay? And before they made out, though, he did tell her he has had very good conversation with OLANDRIA. He feels that she's a great connection that he has. But they've not kissed. They have not taken things the next level, right? And him and Amaya, though, have kissed. And she's like, oh, okay, well, let me give you another kiss. How about, let me go in and slob you down real quick one more time. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, I'm sorry, y'all. That did look a little, but let's move on. Let's stay focused. But anyway, they have another kiss, and I just feel like at that point, they had might as well just did eliminations right then and there. That's just how I felt, right? He was very discreet about it. I like how discreet he was. Like, hey, let's keep this kiss between us, all right? Let's keep this kiss on the hush. Let's keep things between us, right? But still, it's just like, baby, you might as well just have sealed your fate. Coco and Taylor have a conversation, and she called out the fact that, I've been missing you all day. I haven't talked to you. What's going on? You've been talking to Clark all day. Aren't you coupled up with me? What's going on? But side note, Coco, watching your wig fight for its life. Coco, it is very brave. It is very brave of you to wear a wig in Fiji. And I know you want to serve looks, sister. That first day, the lace was seamless. In this episode, that lace was like, I'm fighting for my... That lace was on R. Kelly time this episode.
I'm fighting for my life.
It still did what it had to. You still look good, sister. But I'm just saying, that was very brave of you. It is a very brave thing to wear a lace front wig in Fiji, okay? So, black girls, take a note from Serena. Take a note from Shelly. Take a note from OLANDRIA. Get braids. Get you some nice boho braids. Whether it's small, whether it's medium, maybe do colored, maybe do a little mix of color. But please do braids, y'all. Please do braids, because I know putting that wig on every day is kicking Coco's ass. Anyway, Coco asked Taylor about his connection with OLANDRIA. And what did he say? I'm not thinking about her right now. Like, that would be me not giving you and Clark a fair chance. I can't think about her right now. Meanwhile, what is OLANDRIA doing in Casa Amore? All she's doing is thinking about Taylor. Wait till she sees these footages. All she's doing is, oh, Taylor this, Taylor that. I know he's not going to be coupled up. I know he's not going to be da-da-da. I know he ain't going to be there. I miss him. Like, what were you missing? You was the one getting up in the morning, making that man grits. Woke up this morning with a smile on your face. And then you made him what? grits. Meanwhile, the man that you've been cooking grits for is saying he ain't thinking about you. Back at Casa Amore, Sierra has a slight meltdown, crying and thinking about Nick and, thinking about just how hard it is to put herself out there doing this Casa Amore experience. And dang, I felt bad for her. I felt really bad for her. But while she's doing that, Nick is in the pool with the investigator lady who's in the pool with her shoes on. Miss Shoes in the pool. So Nick and Miss Shoes in the pool are chilling, having a good chat. Meanwhile, Austin is cleaning the pool. The pool guy is cleaning the pool right across from them. It just was awkward. It was awkward. And then they're simultaneously showing Miss Shoes in the pool, Nick, Mr. Maggot cleaning the pool. And then you got Sierra back at Casa Amore losing her damn mind. She's crying all over Casa Amore. Shelly had to go and comfort her. That whole sequence. This is television. Love Island. The Love Island producers during People Be Gay Black Women's Month. These producers be producing. So it's time for everybody to get ready for the night. The ladies are getting ready, and we see Shelly, who says that her connection with Chris is so strong that she feels that if he would have came in on day one, she probably would have pursued him. And that goes back to what I was saying about Shelly, Timari, Manushka, Jean-Pierre, Francois, Jean-Baptiste in the last episode. I really feel like Chris is more her type outside the villa. I think Ace is cool. Yes, she met Ace, back in January. Side note, there was all these allegations that her and Ace had been scamming us. And there were these screenshots that was supposed to prove it, but those same screenshots were used for other Islanders before. So it was not true. They do not know each other. But now more than ever, after hearing her say that, I am dying. I'm dying to see Ace-topher Columbus, see Shelly walk back in, right on into the villa with Chris. Oh my gosh. The way Ace's chest is going to cave in, and he's going to play it cool. We all know Ace-topher Columbus by this time, right? We all know Midget Mike. We all know how he gets down. But the way his chest is going to cave in, I cannot wait to see Midget Mike's chest cave in. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see it. Mr. Thailand has a conversation with Mr. Anti-Haitian. And he lets him know about the kiss between him and Amaya, right? And he says he's really conflicted because he has a really, really good connection with Olandria, but him and Amaya are also building a more romantic connection. And the kiss was very passionate, right? So it's giving him some confliction. And while he's having that conversation, Amaya goes and tells Olandria about the kiss. What did y'all think about that? I thought it was very mature for her to go tell Olandria that, but also watching Olandria have this straight face, you could tell her wheels are spinning, because here's the thing. Ariana said, not Ariana, but the text did say, if you're found to be single, you are vulnerable. So I'm just watching. I can just basically see Olandria's wheels spinning in her head as she's just sitting there looking like a deer, staring at headlights. It just was sad because I'm just okay, girl, so what you gonna do? Amaya's not just being honest with her, but I feel like Amaya is kind of telling her girl, so what you gonna do? I did this, what you gonna do? She's kind of putting the ball back in her court. And Olandria is just I'm just going to sit here and do nothing. I didn't get that. I just didn't get that. I feel like in the beginning, Olandria was just so much more vibrant and a little more, she just had more initiative when it came to okay, I'm going to get my man. I'm going to get somebody, And I just feel now it's just all that, this over Taylor? What is happening? Do you not understand that you can get dumped tonight?
Do you know you have 30 minutes? Are you kidding me? 30, yes.
TJ and Vanna have another conversation, and this kind of made me nervous for Ace, but also Ace is kind of giving me Olandria in the sense that he did not want Vanna. Like, and he made it very clear. He made it very clear, especially when like their legs brushed up on each other by mistake, and she's like, oh my God, look at you trying to play footsies. And he was like, footsies? 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 Yeah, no, I don't do that. Yeah, I don't do that. I have boundaries. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, okay, do this man want to go home too? Do you want to go home? Taylor goes and has a conversation with Nick and Ace about his connection with Clark and his connection with Coco, right? And, they're giving him advice, just, we've never seen you this way with Olandria. Like, yes, you have this connection with Olandria, but like, this looks a certain way. You and Clark look a certain way. And a reminder that Ace is not on Love Island. Ace is on Big Brother. Ace is playing the game. Ace wants Taylor to go with somebody else. He wants that because he doesn't want Taylor to stick with his strongest connection. And Taylor is his weakest link. He can influence Taylor to do anything he wants. Anything he wants, right? The same way how, like, even in this conversation, he kind of steers him towards Clark. We saw the way he was talking to Clark. I peep the game that Ace is playing, and Ace is playing it damn well. Austin has a conversation with Jaden, and, he was asking her where her mind was at, and I forgot to say this, but earlier in the villa, he grabbed the lizard and he was showing her the lizard. And, they had a little bonding moment. I guess like they had a lizard bonding moment, if you would say. But anyway, he has a conversation with her and he asked her where her mind was at. And she basically tells him like, hey, like, I really, really like you. I really like Nick, right? And in her confessional, she does talk about how she's kind of conflicted between the two. But he made it clear to her that his eyes are set on her. And I feel that is something different from what Nick has said. Nick has told her, like, yes, out of all the girls that came into the villa, like, you had my attention. But I feel that Austin telling her, my eyes are set on you, and then also knowing that this man does not have a connection really back at the villa. This girl did do her Googles. She did do her research. She's an investigator. And remember, they do show everyone the footage before they come into the villa. So I'm pretty sure she saw the footage of Austin complaining about Amaya. And so, yeah, all those things I think are running through her head as she makes her decision. We see a conversation between Ace and Coco, and he's asking her where her head is at. And again, I just found this to be very interesting because you're doing this to Taylor, your loyal follower. Listen, it's Casa Amore. I get it. But still, it's fucked up to me. It's fucked up. I'm just saying, it's fucked up. Clark and Taylor have a conversation and, she tells him how she had tried to curl her hair earlier and her curls weren't staying. Yeah, girl, this is Fiji. Them curls is not staying, especially for black girls, okay? That curl is not sticking. Okay? Not in Fiji. I'm so sorry. But anyway, did you guys peep how he told her, well, you look cute anyway. You're gorgeous, you're beautiful, and you're wearing my favorite color. We have never seen Taylor speak to Olandria like this. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Ever. Nick and Miss Shoes in the pool have a conversation, and he basically tells her, again, listen, like, out of all the girls that came in, you are my number one. Like, you are who I was set on. We have the strongest connection. And she says, I feel the same way about you. Well, she doesn't say I feel the same way about you, but she does say that they have a strong connection, but she also has a strong connection with someone else. She doesn't say Austin, but we know that her other strong connection is with the maggot. Also, did y'all notice how in her confessionals, when she talks about this, 1 minute she had braids and then the next minute she didn't? I thought that was like, what happened to continuity? Production, what's going on with the continuity? Somebody was slipping. Somebody let that slip through the cracks. I know y'all getting these episodes out fast, but somebody slipped. TJ and Vanna have a conversation and they both realize that they have the same chain on. I thought that was interesting. I don't really have much to say about these two. The conversations are very clear, right? Vanna realized that Ace don't want her. Okay. TJ's single. Okay, so this is all strategy. Let's just keep it a buck. Shelly gets a text. Austin gets a text. Y'all know what time it is. It is recoupling time. The song was so outrageous. There's no turning back now. Welcome to the madhouse. Welcome to the showdown. Welcome to the showdown. There's no turning back now. Please. Love Island people, please. You know what? I want to record a Love Island song. What do I got to do? I want to record one of these dramatic ass songs that y'all be having on Love Island. What do I need to do? Who do I need to email? How do I turn it in? I'm ready. I'm ready to have one of those dramatic ass songs on Love Island. Somebody please drop in the comments. Let me know how I get a song on there. I'm ready. I'm ready for my close up. Mr. DeVille. All right, so I'm going to be reading off my notes because I just want to do the play-by-play, right? You know, I don't have no clips. So for those of y'all who have watched the show, you will recall this is how it went. So they're all at the fire pit in the villa. Maya is single, so she's asked to stand in front of the fire pit. She blows kisses at everybody. It's cute. I was expecting my girl to crash out. I was like, we're not going to get a little... I don't want to do that, though.
Oh, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that, though.
We're not going to get that. My sister has come very, very far. Very, very far. Anyway, Chris gets a text, and the text says, boys, if you have a better connection with Amaya right now, please stand up. Mr. Thailand stands up. The way Olandria kept a straight face, oh my gosh, the composure was crazy. The composure was crazy to me. And I struggled with like, is this composure or is it just that she expected this? Like she knew what was going to happen. She knew she did not give that man any real chance. And to be honest, Olandria didn't give any of the men a chance. Like, again, it could be editing. It could be that some things were left on the editing floor. But we didn't hear any of the men say that they had a connection with Olandria. We didn't see her pull anybody for a chat at Casa Amore. That's pretty insane. To not pull anyone for any chats, especially when you were left single and vulnerable, and the only reason why you did end up in a couple is because the woman that Mr. Thailand wanted did not want him. I don't know, that math doesn't math for me, Olandria. I'm trying to understand, like, there's no way that this is all for Taylor. I'm just so confused. Anyway, as Mr. Thailand stands up, Shelly already starts crying. We see Shelly lose her mind immediately. Huda gets a text. The text says, congratulations, Amaya and Zach, you are in a couple. Shelly really loses her mind then. So now you have Olandria, who's instructed to go stand in front of the fire pit. She doesn't cry. She keeps her composure. She tells Amaya, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. Come get your man. Come get your man. Actually, she said that before she stood up. She's like, come sit next to your man. Whew. Man, all the girls are in tears. They're all crying so much already. And then a text comes in and it says, guys, if any of you have a stronger connection with Olandria than you have with your current couple, please stand. Nobody stands. Nobody stands. The girls cry so much. Like, the girls cry so much so that Zach starts feeling bad. He's like, damn, I feel like the villain. Like, he said, listen, like, I just had a stronger connection with Amaya, you know? And as he's saying that, Olandria is like, Amaya, thank you so much. Thank you for coming to me and telling me, that you all kissed. Thank you. That was very big of you. I appreciate that. And I felt like that was her telling him, well, you didn't say nothing about the kiss to me, right? And I get her point, but also it's like, but Olandria, you made no effort. Like, we just have to keep it a buck. Love you down, sister. Love you down. But you made no effort. It was sad because, like, when I go back in the episode, there's a conversation that we see between Olandria and Zach. Was it this episode or was it the last episode where we find out that she's the eldest daughter of 3, right? Olandria, it made so much sense finding that out about her, that Olandria is the eldest daughter of 3. Her mother is a single mother. It tells you in a nutshell what her personality, what her makeup is. Olandria has always had to be strong for others. Olandria has always had to be considerate of others. Olandria has always had to be extremely caring of others. Olandria has always had to lead others. Olandria was probably a mother before she decided to become a mother, without her consent. And so watching her in this experience and watching how everybody turned her shoulder into a shoulder that they can cry on. Everybody in the villa would go to Olandria for advice. She gave eldest daughter energy before we even knew she was an eldest daughter. And I think for her, maybe her choosing not to kiss Zach and not to follow Zach was her being tired of having to do that, right? Like, sometimes in life, you just become so tired of having to pursue everything, especially when you're the eldest daughter. Especially when you're the eldest daughter. You want to have that moment where the things you want to pursue actually pursue you. You want to have that moment where finally, the things that I want in life as the eldest daughter finally start to pursue me. And I feel that maybe in the house, she was watching other women be pursued and she wasn't being pursued. But also, I have to keep it a buck. This is Casa Amore. You're on the chopping block. You were the single person. And so Amaya, she worked the game. She knew she only had 30 minutes. She worked the game and you didn't, right? And so it's really sad to watch her leave. Shelly gets a text before she could even finish reading the text. Was it Shelly or somebody got a text? I think it was Iris. Olandria, you have 30 minutes. Before she could even finish, Shelly runs to Olandria in tears, crying, hugging her. It just was so sad. It was so sad to watch. It was so sad to watch. And then, hearing Huda, what about Taylor? What about Taylor? What about Taylor? Girl, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Mind you, Olandria, it's cool. Me and Taylor will find our way to each other. I'll get my cowboy. Don't worry. Girl, your cowboy is in the villa saying he not thinking about you. Hey. I'm going to get to my cowboy eventually. Your cowboy's in the villa. I'm not thinking about her right now. Jesus. My God, today. Watching all the girls cry, but then also like Huda making this all about her. She rolling on the ground. It's like, girl, please. Please, 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 please. This is not about you. This is not your moment. Sit your ass down. Mind you, you over here rolling on the floor crying. This is the same girl that you turned your white women tears on and tried to make a villain in episode 2. Hello? I didn't forget about that. I didn't forget about that anti-blackness. And also watching the hood rats online say certain things about Olandria, call her a mean girl. Yeah, y'all hood rats are just like your mother. Hood rats. This is not your moment. It's not about you. I will never forget that moment where you tried to make her out to be an aggressive black woman. And the whole time, the aggressive one was you. Sit your ass down. Shut the hell up. Anyway, I loved what Olandria said on the way out as everyone was crying. You know, Mr. Thailand tried to pull her for her chat. She's like, save your words. Save your words. Period. Because, I mean, what else is there to say? Like, I don't think he's a villain, though. I don't think he's a bad guy in the equation, though. But I do feel like if he had any words, he could have said it before the elimination. You could have told her that you had been making out with Amaya. You told Amaya not to say something. Amaya went and said something. So, yeah, it does kind of look but I don't see Mr. Thailand as a villain. Okay? And to be honest, I'm still confused by the fact that all the girls at Casa really showed this man nothing but dust, paid him nothing but dust. So, yeah, I'm kind of confused. Anyway, she tells the girls, don't cry for me. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Don't cry for me. Keep your face cards intact. And she walks off into the sunset. Watching her say, y'all, I've been single for 5 years. This is not how I wanted to leave. I really want to find love, y'all, for real. That broke me. Olandria, you deserve the world. You deserve the world, and I hope you get it very, very soon. It's not Taylor, though. It's not Taylor. And also, I know this ain't the time, but I really, really wish you would have given Jalen a chance. Maybe in her exit interviews, maybe when she starts doing podcasts, we'll see why she didn't give Jalen a chance. I really, really wish you would have given Jalen a fair shot. I really do. So we go back to the villa. Over in the villa, TJ is single, right? So they have to do the same song and dance. So TJ's single. TJ has to stand in front of the fire pit in front of everyone. A text comes in. Hey, ladies, if any one of you have a stronger connection with TJ than you do with your current couple, please stand up. Vanna stands up. So now she's a couple with TJ. That leaves Ace. Ace now stands in front of the fire pit. So the girlies get a text again. Girlies, if any of you have a stronger connection with Ace than you do with your current couple, please go to Ace. It was Coco fighting for her life, scratching her head, looking over at Taylor. Okay, and when she finally came to the decision that, no, I do not want to be Coco Williams. When Coco finally came to the conclusion that during Black Women's, People Be Gay Black Women's Month, that no, I do not want to be Coco Williams, and she stood her ass the fuck up and went to go couple up with Ace, I screamed, but my number one reason for screaming was watching Taylor, if he's smart, watching Taylor put two and two together that, wait a minute, the whole time you were moving in on Coco? Ace for Columbus? My daddy in the house? The one who tells me what to do, what to eat, what to drink? You betrayed me like this? But we all know Taylor's not the sharpest knife in the cabinet, so we don't really know. We don't really know if he did come to that conclusion. Anyway, Ace for Columbus and Coco sit their ass down. That leaves Taylor single, right? And so there's an announcement that's made again. Before that announcement comes up, though, before that text comes through, you see Nick lean over to Clark, and he says, don't leave me, baby. Whole time, she about to leave your ass. I'm sorry. This is cinema. This episode is cinema. This episode is this probably is my second favorite episode of the season. This definitely goes up in the top 3 episodes. the Villa saving Huda, Jeremiah exiting, and this episode right here, top 3 episodes of the season. Top 3 episodes of the season. This is cinema. Nick leans over to Clark. Don't leave me, baby. Whole time. She about to leave your ass. I'm way. Text comes through. If any one of you has a stronger connection with Taylor than you do in your current situation, please stand up. Please stand up. Clark stands the fuck up. She goes to stand next to her man. Her and Taylor are now a couple. They sit their ass down. Nick is now single. Nick is now single. Nick stands in front of the fire pit. Once again, the text comes through. Ladies, if any of you have a stronger connection with Nick than you do with your current couple, please stand up. What in the musical chairs is going on with this elimination? What in the musical chairs is going on with this elimination? Love Island people. Anyway, the text comes through. Jaden and this face right here. Hello? The confliction? But also, is it confliction or is it, remember, Miss Googles, Miss Shoes in the pool said she did her Googles. She had all the men background checked. She doesn't stand up for Nick. What the fuck did I just watch? What the fuck did I just watch? Seriously. I screamed. Because I for sure thought that Miss Shoes in the pool was going to pick Nick. I really did. But also, I lost my shit because, oh my God, Sierra's going to lose it. Sierra is going to fucking lose it. The text goes out. You got 30 minutes. The men rush Nick. The men are crying. Like, you know, an elimination is bad when the men cry. The men are crying. The men are crying. They crying outside the villa. They crying inside the villa. They crying in their room. They went to the photo booth. They blowing kisses. They crying in the photo booth. The men are crying. The men are crying. The men are crying. I don't remember ever watching an elimination on Love Island USA and seeing grown men cry like this. Like, you would have thought Nick was going off to the crossroads. You would have thought they was about to put Nick 6 foot under. And the next time they was going to see Nick was at the crossroads. See you at the crossroads, crossroads, crossroads. You won't be lonely. It was painful. It was painful. It was painful. It was painful. I think that Nick wrote a letter to Sierra to leave in the villa for her. It was painful. It was painful to watch. It was painful to watch. Did y'all see Ace and Taylor at the end hugging each other and crying? Hugging each other and crying. You know, Taylor had to go hug his daddy. Taylor had to go hug his daddy. But your daddy could have got you eliminated tonight. Hello? Hello? Is the microphone on? Your daddy could have got you eliminated tonight. Nick is walking out, and as he's about to give his exit speech, we see a car with the love on the car tag. The door opens. Olandria, hurry up, get in, get in, get in. What am I watching? What am I watching Love Island? What is going on? During Black Women's People Be Gay Black Women's Month, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. What is this ending? What is this ending? Hello? Hello? So I'm crying, but now I gotta stop crying? Are they going home? Are they not? What's going? Hello? Drop in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this episode, child. I'm stressed. I'm stressed. My braids is stressed. Peacock stressed. Love Island is stressed. The people watching Love Island, we all stressed. I'm stressed. 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 Come on. Everybody say stressed. 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 I'm stressed. I'm stressed. Hello? I can't. Sorry for the post-edit commentary, y'all, but as I'm editing this video, I'm like, wait a damn minute. Because during Black Women's People Be Gay Black Women's Month, your sister has always wanted to see Nick and OLANDRIA be together. And I can't believe I forgot to say that in my review. But them both being eliminated the same night, and then them whisking each other away, her coming to whisk him away to God knows where. Does this mean that they'll finally have the opportunity to explore each other? What does this mean? I guess we'll have to find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
VBS, I just turned the water on. Big old flex, shit you never saw before. These niggas chasing me like waterfalls. Keeping on my truck, look like bricks.